Am I the only one who sees Operation Dudula as a physical/political manifestation of a handful of South Africans' behavior or habit of using foreigners or seeing foreigners as scapegoats? For example, blaming the government's poor service delivery not on the government but on foreigners. Who is the real problem? Because it's literally turned into a whole movement, something that could potentially, that is already shaking South Africa and international forces. Think about the UN and human rights actions, I'll say, overseas, bro. It's crazy. Operation Dudula, or Operation Push Out, force out the foreigners, signals the stated aim of expelling undocumented migrants. The Operation Dudula emerged in June 2021 in Soweto during the July 2021 unrest. Its first high-profile action was a march on the 16th of June 2021. The early organizers identified in reporting are Uzandile, Dudula, and Solomon Kruger Kekana. However, Untlantlalaks Dlamini rose to prominence defending property in Soweto during the 2021 unrest and became the movement's public face between 2021 and 2023. Operation Dudula claims to be targeting illegal economic migrants and criminal elements. Their pretense is literally the crackdown on illegal immigration to protect jobs, housing, and services for South Africans. According to them, the government is providing the necessary help or the necessary services to South Africans, but it's failing to sort of regulate these services and the distribution of these services. In other words, the government is doing a good job in providing these services. Yes, no, water is top-notch, electricity, no load shedding, according to them. But we do have load shedding, we do have problems with water and all these infrastructural problems because foreigners are finishing our shit, according to Operation Dudula. They act by raiding buildings alleged to be housing or harboring undocumented migrants or foreigners, and pickets outside clinics and schools demanding IDs or identification, green card or that green book. You know, I don't know how many times my uncle will tell me about stories at Kempton Park of how these police individuals, these people of the law, would just stop people at random or just arrest a bunch of people or demand IDs. It's gotten to the point where, bro, this is literally, it's crime. Because these people who ask for your ID, and if you don't have ID, they'll take whatever they want in your groceries. It's funny because they can't even identify what they claim to be looking for. How many Tsonga people, vendors, how many Zulu individuals who are dark, that have been picked out and being called foreigners, demanded ID? It's embarrassing. What does South Africa come to? It's embarrassing. We're embarrassing ourselves on the international stage. It's embarrassing, honestly. These people also force shop closures, pressuring landlords to evict foreign tenants.
Where there was a Pakistani or Somalian or Bangladesh, we then replaced with a South African. But we had preferences where people who used to own spaza shops, we gave them the opportunity to continue.
I was sitting reading this, and I was just like, won't this just contribute to crime in South Africa? Won't it just increase criminal activity? If you force a bunch of foreigners, desperate foreigners, out of their homes, out of their places of work and businesses, where do you want them to go? Because it's not like they're going to be deported same time. You know? How many house burglaries are going to happen? Shoplifting, all these things. How many of those are going to happen? It's not like they're not already happening now. And I'm not saying that's the case. But I feel like we should think before we do some stuff, bro. You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is that there's a lot of desperate people out there. Let alone South Africans, there's a lot of desperate people all over the world. The tactics they use actually include vigilante raids, blockades of public services, protests and marches. I mean, we've come across multiple reports of incidents that blocked foreigners from accessing clinics and hospitals. Remember the Grace Banda and Son story? The Malawian woman who lost a child just because of another black man or other black individuals abandon hopol. Bro, it's not like she was, bro, her child fell ill, she sought clinical services, denied clinical services because she didn't have an ID, the child died. Is that literally what's happening? Is that literally what this movement is all about? To deny human rights to fellow Africans until they start what, dying? Huh? In 2022, it expanded to other provinces. The UN and rights bodies warned against xenophobic violence of this whole operation. In 2023, it registered as a political party. Do you see where this is going? I didn't even know it was a political party, and I definitely won't even. It's almost like in politics, once you mention the idea of foreigners, bro, a lot of ignorant individuals are going to follow you. And then it makes me wonder if South Africa is really that smart as a nation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a handful of individuals, but so much to make it a whole movement. Maybe I don't see, maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't get it. You know what I'm talking about? They claim that migrants are taking South African jobs and services, even though empirical evidence is mixed. I mean, even if these guys were taking your jobs, these people are literally filling informal or skilled gap jobs. What I literally understand, Lana, is that for most of migrants, or illegal migrants, or your foreigners, it's do or die for them. These people will work their ass off. But man. Now we have a handful. No, this is literally how I see. We have a handful of individuals who, mind you, maybe are dropouts, maybe didn't do so well in school. People who are visionless, non-optimistic. People who would rather be drunk, chase women, lazy asses basically, who feel like they deserve to be spoon-fed or handed an opportunity. You already know that your government isn't doing well or properly or what they're supposed to, whatever they promised. Then you're gonna blame that on foreigners? How is this still a discussion in 2025?